this is Lex from Dead Gentry Collectibles, and today I'm showing you some footage that I got at a Goodwill. Toy aisles were out of control. The amount of waste in North America is always stunning to me. If you ever have the opportunity to purchase things used, even if you're not a thrifter and not a reseller, please do. Take these things out of circulation. They have more life to live. So I was going through the children's books. Always take the opportunity, again, much like the toys, to go through children's books. Here you can see here's a copy of Magic Fan hardcover, $7 to $15 used. New, these books go for more. Here they were all 99 cents. So again, if you're buying like, especially baby books and children's books from places like Target, where they tend to run $20 to $30 a piece, head to a Goodwill. You can disinfect them. You can wipe down hardcovers. These are beautiful books. They cost $1. They're going to end up in a dumpster. It's just go find them. They're amazing. Take the time and give them another life. I also found a copy of Mr. Macaw, which I did pick up because it has dual languages. So the entire story is both in English and in Spanish, and it's paralleled on page to page. You can see there. So you can read both, which is great for early learners for multiple languages. Big advocate of multiple language use. And this is where I got really lucky. And you can see this was pure luck. There it is. I think, again, 99 cents. This is an Untitled Kit Williams. I wasn't even sure what it was when I picked it up. I've never seen one of these before, but I just loved the cover art. So when I started leafing through it and saw how beautiful it was, knew I wasn't going to leave that behind. I was stunned when I looked it up later. So kind of looking for just really bright, high quality artwork. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you'll find a $70 book in the children's section mixed in. After the children's books, I did not go back to the toy section because, as I said, it was very full. It was a little overwhelming that day. Just a little too much to go through in order to make a video. I didn't have that kind of time. Look at all these books. Look at all of these books, you guys. Get your books used. What are we doing? Again, a book like this is probably going to be $20 or more at a place like Target, or Barnes & Noble. So just go here. Look at. It was $1. I think it was $1. $8 used. $1 from Goodwill. Sometimes I like to put together nice little packages to drop off at local shelters and women's housing when they come in with children. So a lot of these little baby books sometimes are nice to pick up when they're in good condition. This was a Korean mother of pearl jewelry box. You can see how it opens up and then the drawers are inside. This one was actually damaged. It was missing a lot of the mother of pearl, and as you can see, it didn't close correctly. So I did leave it behind, but in good condition. Those can be valuable pieces to pick up. They are vintage. Lots of candles here. This was a cute little piece. This is Sunhill Industries, I believe. Sunhill, yeah, the stocking holder. These have little microphones in the back, so you would hang things in the stocking, and I think Santa would ho, ho, ho at you, probably. A little bit collectible. This one was not in the best shape, but I do know people who would pick up that sort of thing. Great for, not Lennox. Not Lennox, likely Mikasa on that piece, maybe $10 to $15 for the Santa and the sleigh. I do know people who have vintage swap meet tables and booths that they do that definitely would have picked up that Sunhill piece. And over here, some little flower glasses. Those are vintage. They are gold rim and frosted. Definitely $5 plus a glass on that set of 4. Not too hard to ship 4 glasses too. I'm going to make a shipping video sometime here soon, show everyone what our shipping practices are, because I always hear about people who don't want to buy, plates and glasses because they're hard to ship and weight and all this. I understand, but if you have the time to learn, we ship incredibly fragile merchandise and we never have a problem. So I'm more than happy to do a shipping video and share all of our tips and tricks. Little Gudetama egg. I can never pass up a chance to just point out a little lost Sanrio character. I think I carried him around for a minute just for fun. Poor little sad Gudetama. If you've ever seen the animated series about the sad little egg, you can't just leave him on a shelf. You have to help him along in his travels. So I took him from the middle and I put him towards an end cap. So hopefully he'll find a new home. Couldn't help myself. Goodbye, Gudetama. Anyway, moving on. A lot of dishes in this Goodwill on this day. I did not take the time to go through all of them. On days when I have more time, I often will. You can find highly collectible Pier 1 pieces, highly collectible Williams Sonoma pieces, beautiful vintage and antique plates. Whole collections will end up in here, sometimes very valuable. As I said, I didn't take the time to look through them all on this day, but if you have the time, it is well worth picking them up and looking through them. Now that little Inuit piece, that is a resin piece. It is more contemporary. It is made to look like a soapstone figure. If that had been a soapstone Inuit figure, those are $100 plus in good condition, even at that small size. So definitely worth picking up, but as someone else probably found, it was not soapstone, it was resin, which I think is why it was abandoned in the plates aisle. And then after this, I'm trying not to film other people in the store. I try to be very conscientious of that. So sometimes I'll just turn the phone sideways so I'm not filming other people without their consent. I know it's allowed, I just don't like doing it. These are flour tins, $10 each. On these, again, these aren't highly desirable, but there are some that are, so it never really hurts to check them. And the condition on those was pretty good. So you could lot them together and sell them as a set if you wanted to. Looking through, I think this was like Christmas and florals. I was a little bit confused. A lot of baskets down there. I don't even remember seeing those that day. And now we're into glass. Nothing really caught my eye through here. Everyone's abandoned china sitting on the end caps, just endless china collections. Oh yeah, the ceramic vase. That was a nice piece. It wasn't signed, it wasn't by a well-known artist, and it wasn't very old, but still has some value. Pottery does always, if it's a good piece, well thrown, well colored, that was a nice drip glaze, it's always going to have some value. Not a good teapot. Just not the best. Much better to be found out there. I wouldn't stop and pick up a piece like that. Abandoned Santa Cruz t-shirt. Little Dorbs Deadpool toy. I did pick this one up for Will. He loves Marvel. He loves comics. So whenever I have a chance to pick him up a little, 99-cent toy that seems to be from one of the more major franchises, I usually do. He has a nice loose toy collection that he displays, and then sometimes he'll sell pieces off to make room. So it's just fun to give him a little bag of stuff sometimes so he can trade his collection out. Over here, there was another Deadpool piece that was a little more valuable, still in the box. I think it was called like a wacky wobbler Deadpool, worth a little more because it's a bobblehead still in the box. This I just thought was pretty. I love Halloween. I love a good textile. It's not valuable. It's not vintage. I picked it up because I liked it. Bear Forces of America can be collectible. There are different ones in that line. I have found quite a few art dolls. And that's it for today. I hope this was helpful.